Good morning to a beautiful day 76, slightly overclouded, with a nice little breeze. Rain forecast to be a little bit on and off today. Let's have a quick look on site, what's going on. Morning gents. Obviously we checked in last night, so not a great deal of difference, but everyone's been set their plan for the day, everyone's been pushed off. Masons are already starting on the back of the irrigation area. Storage area has seen better days. Not too sure they're going to get that pumped out. The irrigation part of the build is quite monstrous actually. I mean, 12,000 gallons. Morning! So 12,000 gallons of water going in here, and as you can see at the end, that is going to be the pump room on the other side of there, as far as I'm aware. And here, just rebar on the floor. So that's the side access that we physically have remaining, and this obviously is going to continue over there. Pretty much that's where that return comes back for the side unit, which will go that way. We'll also have a shower unit at the top here, and about here somewhere there'll be stairs that come down to allow you obviously onto this part. I think it's meant to be like a stairs platform and then another set of stairs, so we may change that because of the lack of space we now have here. One, because of how far the building has come over due to the measurement issue, and two, because we've now blocked in the well on this side. The well itself has got to be done as well because there's just too much mud in there, so we need to dig all that out so it's lower than the actual entrance into the well. As you can see, water needs to flow into there, and at the moment obviously when the rain comes down hard we do get a hell of a lot of mud pouring into the well, which is what we do not want. So we need to dig this out and concrete this as well, so I'm going to talk to Wayne about that today just so we can put a decent plan in. And I'm probably going to get him to put some from a sump down there, so where that big hole is at the end, probably leave that but make it into a big square with a lid on it. The lid can also have like an automatic electric pump in there, so that if the water comes in, then on some form of float switch, then it'll automatically kick in and get that water pumped out potentially onto the beach or into one of the wells. So definitely to look at that, because the last couple of days have not been horrendous rain, but as you've seen, water needs to get out. So we're creating a massive concrete box, so we've got to put a little bit of time and thought into how we're going to get that water out once it comes in. Quick view inside to see what they're up to. Morning. Get him on camera. They love a bit of camera, these boys. So there's obviously the structure we talked about last night. Morning, Cole, how are you? This structure will come up underneath the beam, and then we'll continue straight up into the ground floor up to the ceiling. And they're probably going to be pumping out water today. Now see the sump buried in the corner there, so we've got two square holes in each corner, and the water should run to those corners so that the water can be pumped out. Now once the build's complete, obviously we'll have to have some form of solution on the wall there where we can pump out straight to the well in an ideal world. So as you can see, the floor's good because it's retaining water, but we don't want water, we need to get it out. So yeah, we'll get that sorted out, and then they're going to finish off the 4x2s here, and then obviously they should board the top somehow, and that's what lands up being the what they're going to end up pouring on top of. So yeah, that's pretty much where it's today. So I suppose today's plan is getting this finished off, and like this man is, getting all the acros in to support the floor up in the air, so that when the concrete's poured it can take the weight. So there's a lot of acros, and they've all got to come in and all be propped up. That's the goal, as far as I'm aware. So I'm going to go and see Colin now, make sure he got the plans yesterday for the swimming pool. Go on in and see how that changes, what their plans are for the day. So I'll check in a bit later on. So floor's going in. Let's have a quick look underneath here. You can start seeing it going dark. dyno have been boarded in. Acros are taking place. Spin it around so you can actually see. So the acros are now going in pretty much everywhere. All the boards are going in, so we've now got to work out where the air conditioning hole is going to be. Actually, around about here. Just about here, it's going to be an entrance going in for upstairs. Again, boarded over here, all acroed up. So the darkness is setting in. Main wall's been built, so this wall will be built right through, as I said, straight into and go up to the attic. Or roof, whether we have an attic or not. So, yeah, shed loads happening, and the darkness coming. Plus the guys outside. It is, isn't it? Oh yeah. Guys are over there working on rebar tops, the walls. That's obviously been finished off. And then the aim is to get more mile into here today, as well as here. Get that moved and start actually taking the footings through for the storage areas. Get that bit done as well. More blocks going on over here. Walk through the water. Warm water. So the wall's been finished off here. Infinity edge has been finished off too. So a quick look at the outside. Actually, we didn't actually see the outside walls when they're unboxed. So these were the outsides that we unboxed. This is the main one. Oh, nice. It's actually expanded out a bit more as well. So it's actually got a nice thick outside surface. There's a lot of concrete, so it's pushed it away, let me see. But that's made it thicker, which is good. And there's the other one. So yeah, that's handy. Infinity edge. It's quite strange thinking that the actual swimming pool itself is going to be pretty much up where they are now. So that'll be the glass. So we're going to be about 8 foot, 9 foot off the ground here, which is good. This is a bit they've got to finish. And this is also going to have to be re-rolled and compacted again as well, because obviously they've had to put more on top, and then we've had the water as well. So, and then I think they're aiming to try and pour on here as well, pour the slab. And the slab will obviously go to the same level as the footings themselves, and that'll be run right through. So yeah, so far, that's where we are. Lots more to do, and the light being taken away from the basement at some point. So I'll update you throughout the day. So we also have the column rebar going in as well. Around the top. So again, it's a caged, squared off rectangle shape that they build and then lower down. So that goes on the outside, and that'll be boxed in and poured. And at the same time, we also have the first scratch coat going on. It should be a waterproof coat of render. And technically, love the word technically, that should be waterproof. So as you can see, scratching it, scratch coat first. And that's a whole, all the way around the whole building, all the way down here, all the way along. And then they put an external render with a smoother finish that they also sponge. That goes on afterwards. So this fills all the gaps in the mortar itself between the bricks. Big bosses up there making sure things are done properly. go around and have a quick look at what the other side's like. Good old noisy generator. And they'll do it right along here as well. Got the rebar boys here, look. This is how they bend the rebar. Very manual process here. That's how they bend rebar. They make these rectangular shapes. So you put a bar over the top of it, get it to the actual length it needs to be, and then they bend it around. And that's technically what goes into making the structures for the beams. They're then wired together. Again, all manual. They use like a very thin wire, and they twist it with pliers and then cut. Very manual. Handmade, I like to say. So yeah, it's amazing seeing the first coat going on the house. This is what will seal the basement. They'll actually do down the bottom as well. When they plaster, they'll come down and then they'll have a triangular slope at the bottom so the water runs off. And that will all be made out of waterproof render as well to ensure that the water doesn't penetrate. So that's the first wall being done. This will be the second wall being done. And as you can see, these guys now bringing in one of the next set of cages for the beams. They'll lower that into place. And this is all about trying to get the middle floor, ground floor ready for pour. And they just lower it over the rebar strakes that are coming through the blocks that have been concreted in already.